Hey guys, it's Sim Queen, and today I'm going to be doing the Lilsimsie shell challenge. She posted this a couple of days ago. This video is going to be coming out on Monday, and I do believe today is going to be the day that she's touring the builds. She'd said in her video where she created the shell that she wasn't going to give us very much time because she was trying to reduce the amount of entries on the gallery, which is already a crazy amount. Like I actually am very curious about how many are on there, and I kind of want to look at that, but it's insane how many people jumped on this. So I did the Vixella shell challenge a couple of days ago, which was really fun. A little bit less challenging than this one because it was a small shell and it was a bit easier to work with. This one I ended up putting a few hours of my time into. I might be using this build for my save file because I do love the way that it turned out. I'm building this in Newcrest, and I actually end up, before I put this build on the gallery, I end up changing it to putting it on a different lot because this is a weird lot. It's a corner lot, and I technically built it facing the wrong way, and I didn't think it would rotate, so I just moved to another lot where it looked better anyway. Because when I went to put it on the gallery, the picture of the house was from the wrong angle. So that happens to me a lot when I build on these corner lots. I really don't I don't know which way I'm supposed to be building, so I don't know. Luckily, we can just move them if we need to. So this house is, I was going for a craftsman style. I knew that I had to choose the theme of the house before I even started. I did look at some builds on the gallery. I didn't want to be too influenced, I guess you could say, by what other people had uploaded, but there are some amazing builds out there. I just filtered them to most popular just to see what like the best ones were, or I guess like not the best, but truly the most popular. And there was quite a few. There's a couple of Tudor style. There was a lot of modern houses, a lot of like cottagey looking houses, but not a ton of craftsman houses. So I thought I would go for that style. And I actually just really love building craftsman style in The Sims. The stuff we got with Seasons is, to me, some of the best stuff we've gotten, like for build mode or build and buy mode. So yeah, like these windows, I love them. The furniture is really nice. Like just everything about Seasons I was excited to use in this build. Especially I used that fence at the front of the house that comes with cats and dogs, which I really like. I think it goes with the theme really well, and I'm just really happy with how this turned out. I did have to cut out the floor plan, or a little bit of it, because it took a lot longer than I thought it would. And that is like, I think the floor plan is what I spend the most time on, and you actually don't even see just how much work goes into that floor plan, because I generally try 3 different floor plans before I decide on one that I like. And this one, it has a little bit of wasted space maybe because the upstairs is a little bit cramped, like the bedrooms are pretty small. And I guess I could have put some bedrooms downstairs. It ends up having 3 bedrooms and then 2.5 bathrooms, which seems a little small when you look at the outside or even the main floor of the house. Like when I first started working in this house, I thought it would have 4 or 5 bedrooms, but I decided I wanted an office and I wanted like a little conservatory. I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but there's that sort of that room with the glass roof. It's got like I put plants in it and stuff like that, and just like a seating area. And I decided I wanted more of that kind of living space than bedrooms, so that's what I went for. Like I said, there's an office. Yeah, some of those things were a little tricky. Finding where I wanted to put the kitchen was really tricky. But what I did is to sort of help me not be influenced by other builds. While I did look at some on the gallery, I didn't actually go like download any or look at the floor plans because I really wanted to come up with my own idea. And in the same video where Lilsimsie built the shell, she actually created her own house out of that. And I listened to the video, but I didn't, and I would like kind of tune in now and then to see what she was doing, but I didn't end up looking at the floor plan. I still don't know what it looks like. I'm going to check that out after I record this because I do want to see what it looks like, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't copying any of her ideas, even if it was accidental. Like, yeah, I just didn't want to be influenced at all. So the kitchen is pretty small. This maybe isn't where other people would have put the kitchen because it is such a small area of the house, and you look at the rest of the house and you think like it's pretty big. the kitchen is a little too small. It's one of the, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's one of the things that I wasn't thrilled with. But everything else I really love about this house. I still love like the design of the kitchen and the color scheme. I'm happy with that. It's just not quite big enough. I really so badly wanted to just pull that wall out and make it even one tile wider. It was so hard for me not to do that. And what I've been noticing is that a lot of people will go into these shell challenges, and I mean, she only has one rule, and it's don't touch the existing walls. So she's very clear about that in all of her shell challenges. You can do pretty much anything you want, but don't touch the walls. For the love of God, don't touch the walls. So I never do, but I don't think to add more walls. And a lot of people do that. And then I even watched her, she did Vixella's shell challenge. I don't think she did a video of it, but I did see that she uploaded the house on the gallery, and I looked at that and it's a lot bigger than mine. And then I realized that she added more walls, and I didn't know you could do that. I thought that was sort of cheaty. So I've never done that in a shell challenge where I added more walls. I mean, I've added foundation for like a deck or something like that, but I've never added more walls to it. I feel like you should just kind of work with what you got. So yeah, I didn't think to add more walls. I did not touch the existing walls, I promise. Even the one upstairs in the hallway, there's a really weird random wall in the middle, not right in the middle of the upstairs, but there's just a random wall sticking out, and that was a little bit tricky to work with. It ends up being just a weird piece of wall in the hallway that I kind of worked around. Here I'm trying to put a stupid picture on this stupid fridge, and it was taking so much of my time. I was trying to use some debug items just to add some clutter, but I don't normally do that because it takes me a long time to go through the menu, and my videos would be significantly longer if I went through and just chose all these little debug items. Like, I did put a coffee cup and a bag of coffee next to the coffee machine in the kitchen, and there might be a couple of little things, but I quickly realized that I didn't really want to go through that menu and like, I don't know, there's just so many things. You just scroll and scroll and scroll, and it takes forever. Lilsimsie is really good at that. She's very good at cluttering her builds, and I don't know, maybe she cuts it out where she's looking for all those items. Maybe she knows exactly where all of them are, but I just didn't want to make you guys watch me go through that menu a million times. So I kind of eventually gave up on using all those debug items, but I did have a bit of a more cluttered house in mind for this, because it is a family home. I didn't really create a family in my head for this build. Normally I do, but because I wasn't sure if it was in my save file or not, I decided not to do that. But this house has a master bedroom with like an ensuite, and then I did a bedroom for a little boy and a bedroom for a little girl. So I mean, you can always just change those, but I like to personalize houses a little bit. I know a lot of builders don't, but I enjoy doing children's room. Actually, it's one of my favorite rooms to do with kids' rooms, so I definitely wanted to include those. Interestingly enough, my least favorite thing to build or to decorate is master bedrooms. I think that they just can be very boring and repetitive, and yeah, I actually don't enjoy it that much, and they never really turn out that good, and they're kind of boring, and like, I don't know, you never make like a bomb bedroom and think like, this looks great. Like, that just never happens. For some reason, I'm never that happy with them. But now we're on into the living room. I used a lot of like creams for the living room. I thought it looked really nice with that like rock wall right there. Don't ask me why I put that there. I don't have an answer. I just like the way it looked. And then putting up some curtains, and I think I struggled with a rug and a bookshelf for a very long time. I pull out like 3 bookshelves and try them all to see which one I like best, and I think I ended up going for that taller one. It's a little silly though. You can just see me rotating them all through to see which one I like the best. I eventually used the other bookshelves in the house as well, and now you'll see me struggle to find a rug for a long time, and I finally settle on the one that kind of looks like white fur almost. It's kind of like a textured furry kind of thing, and I sized it up, which I use a lot, but none of the pattern rugs were going with the curtains, and it just wasn't really working. So I come back to that, and yeah, right now, and add like a cream colored or white rug. And then this is the half bathroom on the main floor, just playing around with the tile. I think I just did like just a toilet, maybe a shelf in there. And lately I've been raising up sinks. Yeah, like that one, just to kind of go in the middle there. They are still functional when you do that. I just think they look a little bit better. So I did that. I wish we had more sinks like that because I would do them in kitchens too. And then this is the laundry room, which is a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. So I did have to fill it up a little bit. I put like a sink and everything in there. And for some reason, halfway through, I decided to go outside and do some landscaping. I think what happened is I stopped recording for the day, came back and thought like, I'm in the mood to do some landscaping. So I immediately did some of that, and I'm really happy with how the landscaping turned out. If you watch my builds at all, you know that it's not my strong point, and I'm working on it. It's a little hard for me to, I don't know, find something that looks natural. To me, whenever I do landscaping, I think like this doesn't look right. But I think this one looks okay. I just placed some like plants in random spots with some dirt under them, and it kind of worked out. And then like that little pathway, I think it looks nice there too. So yeah, it's like minimal effort, maximum spirit. I didn't really do a ton of landscaping in the front yard, but I'm still happy with how it turned out. And then I did some in the backyard as well. And then in the front here, I'm just putting some potted plants to sort of brighten it up. And I decided that wall there next to the front door needed windows. It was just too like boring. And I was looking at lights, but I don't think I chose any because none of them looked very good there. It's such a small space for that door, and I didn't want the light to be in the way. And then I added some planter boxes at the front of the house. I never really add these like windowsill boxes all the way around the house because it seems like a lot of work. Like if you were to go around and water all of those, you'd have to go around your entire house. So I always just do them on the front. It seems a little bit more realistic to me, but I think it looks really nice. I'm happy with how the front of it turned out, and I'm just happy with how the whole thing turned out, actually. It took a long time. I did this for maybe like 2.5, 3 hours. So yeah, it definitely took up a lot of my time, but I really enjoyed it. I think that it turned out really nice, and it's definitely a house that I'd like to play in at some point. Now, I don't remember how much it ends up costing. I can check. It's pretty expensive though, I think. Probably more than what my Sims can afford because I never use money cheats. So I think it's going to be a little bit expensive. Yeah, it's $111,000. So it's not great. It's not overly affordable, but you can definitely go in and take out some things that are too expensive, and that will really help. So yeah, this house is on the gallery, by the way. I usually put the houses on the gallery right away. And this one, I uploaded immediately because I wanted her to hopefully see it. I doubt she will. There are so many entries on there. But my origin ID is Sim Queen 1992. And yeah, I'm really hoping she's at least going to glance at it in her video. I doubt she's going to look at it or like download it and actually go through it because there are a lot of really, really good houses on there. And I mean, I don't really do this to get recognition from the builder anyway. Like I didn't do the Vixella challenge hoping she would see or anything like that. I do it because it's fun. But yeah, like it'd be awesome if she could see it, just to even scroll by it. But I have seen the videos where she goes through the entries and she usually picks the best ones, which I don't blame her. And there are people that put in like hours and hours and hours on their builds, and they deserve recognition. So I'm not upset at all if someone else gets their house looked at and I don't, because someone else definitely put more effort than I did. That room that I just finished there is definitely my favorite room, with like the plants, and I love the way that the I want to call it a greenhouse, but it's really not. The glass roof, I love the lighting when you put a glass roof on anything. It always looks so nice. And then this is like a little office area. I put like a computer, a bookshelf, and a cozy chair. I didn't have any like careers in mind for the people living here, so it's kind of just neutral. Yeah, I didn't really personalize things too much. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the office. And then the front area, I didn't know what to do with this. It was a very open space and I couldn't just leave it blank. So I ended up moving the door that leads to the laundry room so I could put this shelf somewhere. You can see I'm struggling to find a place to put it. I was gonna put it by the back door as sort of like a mudroom area, but it was just too small. And so I ended up moving the door to the laundry room. And I think that makes a lot more sense anyway. And now I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this little back area here. I think I just put like a plant and a rug and called it good enough. Like I said, this is a bit of wasted space, this open area here, but I think that I filled it up pretty well. I think if I were to redo this, I would maybe make a couple of the rooms a little bit bigger so that that kind of foyer wasn't so open, but I actually don't mind it too much. It's not that realistic for a house. And then this shelf here, I just wanted to put a bunch of clutter on it. I put like a plant and a bookshelf and a couple of other things. I wanted this house to not be dark. Lately my houses, I feel like they've been so dark. I go in to take screenshots and they're just not light enough, so I've been adding like extra lighting. Not just the pot lights, which I use like all the time. I rarely use anything else. But I use those, and then lamps and like candles, and yeah, just try to amp up the lighting a little bit. So upstairs, I was playing around because the glass roof was clipping into the floor in the master bedroom, and I couldn't figure out why. It never actually goes away. That's not supposed to happen. A regular roof wouldn't do that. I don't know why the glass roof is doing that. And unfortunately, it doesn't get fixed. It just stays like that. So I put like a dresser. I tried to cover it up a little bit, but unfortunately, it is what it is. I cannot do anything about it. I didn't want to delete the glass roof because I love the way it looks when you're down in that room. So yeah, a little bit annoying. I tried removing it and putting it back on, and it's still clipped through. And yeah, it's frustrating when you put so much work into something and something so silly like that sort of tries to ruin it. But yeah, that's the master bedroom. And then I did the master bathroom as well, with like the shower tub combo, and a laundry basket, which I've been forgetting lately because I do want all my builds to have laundry rooms. I just find it to be more realistic, and yeah, so I always add those, but sometimes I forget to add the actual hamper. And then in this bathroom here, I thought maybe this would be more for the two kids, like they share this bathroom. So I put in, there's no bathtub, but there's no toddlers anyway, so you don't really need one. And then the two bedrooms, they're very small, but I think that they ended up looking quite nice. I enjoy doing smaller bedrooms, actually. I always feel like they turn out better somehow, and you can clutter them up and they look kind of more real, I think. So this one here I thought would be for a, almost like, we don't have preteens in The Sims, but I pictured this one being like almost a teenager, but not quite. And a little bit scholarly, so I put some books and some school projects on the desk here. And yeah, just a few other things. She's pretty much gotten rid of her toys at this point. She's probably too old for that, but she still has like a couple of like the things on her wall and a few childish things here and there, but mostly I thought that was more of a preteen bedroom. And then this bedroom here, again, really small. I had to play around with it and try to figure out where everything could go. I used that sort of like a bunch of cubes put together for a dresser because it's very small and functional. And then there's a bookshelf. I put in a lava lamp. And yeah, that room is just, it's very tiny, but I think it turned out pretty good. And now I think I'm just adding a few little decor items to the hallway. I don't like blank hallways because it makes me feel like they've been forgotten about. So, and more lighting, of course. And I love the way that the back turned out. I don't know why, I think it just looks really nice. I think I prefer the back of the house to the front of the house, actually. But I did put a hot tub and a barbecue, which I eventually get rid of, I think. And I may place it somewhere else, but I think I actually just got rid of the barbecue because it was annoying me too much. And I did put like a table and chairs out there. With a little plant on top of the table, and the barbecue, I think I gave up because it didn't look good anywhere. I did a little bit of landscaping out here just to sort of fill up the area. I think I put a swing set for the kids, and that's pretty much it. Not really, like, it's a pretty small yard. It reaches almost the back of the property that I was building on, so it's quite small. And then I just put a table and chairs upstairs on this little balcony, and I think I also put some like plants to fill it up a little bit as well, which I think looks nice. And I think that is pretty much it for this backyard area. You can download this house on the gallery. My origin ID is SimQueen1992. If you guys enjoyed this speed build, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.